Hello and welcome back. Another week spent in the garden, my favorite place to be, and I hope yours as well. Today we are going to head back to the old veggie patch. I haven't been there for the last couple of weeks. We did my time in the ornamental garden and a little bit in my food forest, which is edible, last week, but we are going right back into the veggie patch. It is garlic sowing time. So I thought I would bring you along with me, show you my processes, show you what garlic I am sowing, how best to sow, and yeah, I thought it would be good. A bit of edutainment. Is that the word they use? Edutainment? Educational, but also entertaining content for you. But if you are new here, welcome. My name is Michael, and I love all things gardening. So if you do too, you have come to the right place. Now let's get growing. Firstly, I want to show you what I'm going to grow this season. I've got 3 varieties. I've got them all from the Diggers Club. If you're in Australia, you would probably know who the Diggers Club are. They're a seed sowing company. They've been around for 40 something years. And I like to make sure that I get my garlic from a reputable company just so that I know that it is going to be of the highest quality. A lot of people ask, can I just sow the garlic cloves that you get from the supermarket? Whilst technically you can, you don't know the quality, how it was grown, if it's been sprayed with preservatives, which can often happen. So I always find it best to actually buy garlic and also things like potatoes from a reputable seed sowing company. Anyway, I am going to show you the 3 varieties I'm growing. This one is called Dynamite Purple, which is a hardneck variety. Garlic comes in either hardneck or softneck varieties. It says it has a hot chili flavor. I've not tasted any of these before. A hot chili flavor which really packs a punch. Sounds exciting. And it is very good for storage. So you can store the cloves for up to, it says 12 plus months, which is always good. I love being able to store them for as long as possible. So that is the Dynamite Purple. I hope that's focusing for you. Next up is Festival, another hardneck variety. This is an Australian variety of garlic. The flavor's a little bit milder compared to the Dynamite, but it says it has a bit of a delayed kick, so it's good for things like garlic bread. I love a good garlic bread. And again, a good one for storage. 12 plus months you can store that one. And lastly is elephant garlic. Now, elephant garlic is not technically garlic. It is actually a leek, but does create the big clove at the bottom that can be used in the same way that you would use a garlic. As it's not technically a garlic, the flavor of it is a lot milder than a standard garlic that you would get. It is an Aussie heirloom variety, and this is a softneck variety. Often used or often grown for the flowers alone, but you can eat the cloves, but they don't store as long. So you can't store this one as long as the other 2 varieties. It says here only 8 to 12 months. It has a shelf life for. But I'm excited to get these into the ground. So let's get to the process that I go through before actually sowing them. As you can see here, I have 3 bowls, 1 for each variety. What I like to do is to actually soak them first, soak the cloves first, in a very weak liquid seaweed solution for a few hours, up to 12 hours you can soak them for, just so that they absorb all that goodness. And then I like to plant them out into the garden. What I need is my water. I've got a jug. This one I've already started on, and this little bowl here. Oh, I might need to get some more water. Got some more water. On that one. And seaweed solution, so you can use a sea sole, or I like to use Charlie Carp. Just a very weak, so you don't want too much. And then it is as simple as grabbing the cloves out. I'm putting the label under each one so you remember which variety is which. Breaking it up and just dropping the cloves in. So you do want to leave the skin on your cloves. Don't pop the skin right off. Just the outer shell stuff. Shell? What would you call it? Let's chuck it in there. Drop them in. It's got a rotten clove in there. That's no good. Take the label off. And then just repeat with all of your varieties. That's the elephant garlic. That's one individual clove. Huge. Now that we've done that, I'll leave them and let them soak for as long as I can, probably just a few hours, because I'm too eager to get them in. As I said, you could probably do it for up to 12 hours and just do it at night, leave them overnight, and then sow them the next morning. But I want to get them all in today, which means we can go into the veggie patch and get the bed prepared. The plan is, you can't see me, the plan is to plant them in this bed. Remember my frame that I built a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, which I'm going to use for my brassicas, but I will also use it for my garlic at least until they've grown and sprouted a little bit, just to deter the blackbirds, which I have heaps of blackbirds and they just like to dig around in my veggie beds, just to deter them until the bulbs have, obviously grown some roots and sprouted, so they're not going to get disturbed too much. The bed is mostly empty. I just need to get rid of the last of some flowers that are in here. How do I get this off? And then I'm going to add some fresh compost. Well, not fresh, bagged compost. What am I doing? Some bagged compost just to give the soil a little something something. Help me. Why am I being so silly about this? I'm going to walk across the bed. Don't at me about it. Ay, ay, ay. You can sit just there. Me a couple of plants, some old petunias. They're done. There is this dahlia that I planted, which has grown but hasn't given me any flowers. I'm hoping that the tuber's still going to be good for lifting and storing for next season. So I'll leave that for now until it dies down. And this cosmos can come out too. I don't want to disturb, well, I usually don't want to disturb the soil too much, but because I'm planting a root crop, garlic, I want to make sure that the area that they're going to grow in is fairly loose so that they can grow and form nicely. Just trying to loosen up the soil a little bit. Wasn't too bad, which is good. Now to just spread out the compost as evenly as possible. I could have probably stuck a second bag on, but I didn't have a second bag. So one bag will do. For those that want to see more of Ace, here he is, sitting under the orange tree. Never far away. Now I'm just going to give it a good soaking. Get the bed nice and moist before I plant the cloves. It's been a few hours. I've had a hat change because the sun is out and doing some labels so I don't forget which one is which. These old labels that I had with my, you can still see the tomato name on there, San Marzano. But I'm just gonna write on a different side. Already forgotten what I'm growing. Festival. Let's get them in the ground. I'm gonna just drain this liquid back into the jug and then I can put that in the garden somewhere. Crystal. Uh-oh, lost a clove. It's getting full. Who needs a drink? My orange is looking a bit sad. I was thinking about that the other day. Here you are. Let's go. I was umming and ahhing about how I was going to lay them out in the bed, but I got my irrigation, which I'm lifting up to the top. It's currently on, you can hear it, which basically creates 3 rows. So I thought, why not? My brain wants to plant them this way, but why not just plant them that way? One in between each row. And then it's easy to remember which is which. The elephant garlic I have less of because they're just bigger bulbs, so there's less bulbs. So elephant garlic down the middle, maybe just 1 row, probably be enough for 1 row of them down the middle. And then the festival and the purple can go on either side. And depending how many cloves I've got, I'll do probably 2 rows on either side. Festival, elephant, dynamite purple. Planting garlic is simple to do. Pointy end goes up, the little flat end is down. That's where the roots will come from. You just need to stick your finger in, probably up to the first knuckle. Oh, you could probably do the whole finger, I'd say, actually. And you want to plant them about 10 to 15 centimeters apart, because obviously they're going to grow into another full clove. You think 2 full cloves next to each other. You don't have to be too far apart. Festival. I'm going to just lay them on top of the bed first so I can get the spacing right, and then I will push them in. Easy as. They always say to just plant the best cloves. These ones are just tiny little cloves, but I'm going to plant them anyway, because who knows what is going to appear. Fit another one in there. It's the tiniest, skinniest little clove. That one is done. Now 2 to go. Elephant in the middle. As you can see, there's only a handful of cloves for the elephant. I don't think there's as many dynamite purple as there were as the festival. Some of the cloves are a little bit smaller as well. sugarcane mulch to cover the top. And then we'll be done. And all I have to do now is put the frame back on. Although I love my frame and I'm proud of the work I did on it, I think I need to reassess the materials that I use. Just because of the size of it, it's so awkward. It's not overly heavy, but it's just awkward to maneuver for one person. If it was a bit lighter, it would be easier to move. Maybe I need to rethink the size of the wood that I use, or I could use just electrical pipe conduit and just create a frame like that. And then it would be super lightweight, be easy to put on top. See, it's just how do I get it to sit across in the spot I want it to sit without disturbing the soil too much. See my dilemma? Now I'm stuck. Oy, oy, oy. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go clean these bowls out. I hope you found some value in that. Let me know in the comments if I've inspired you to try and grow some garlic for the first time. Or if you are growing garlic, I'd love to hear the varieties that you're going to get into the ground. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help the old algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel because I'd love for you to join me every week. And until next week, we'll see you later. Bye.